The crumbling church walls in eastern India's Kandhamal district bears witness to the persecution unleashed on a thriving Christian community by far-right Hindu nationalists. In 2008, mobs rampaged through parts of India's eastern state of Odisha after the murder of a Hindu priest and his 4 followers. The murder was widely blamed on Christians, and the ensuing revenge rampage left at least 101 people dead. Deepti, who was 19 at the time, recalls the horrendous sexual assault unleashed on scores of women across the region, including herself.
वो लोग रात 10 बजे उठा के मुझे ले गया एक जंगल में, 1 किलोमीटर साइड जंगल, रात 10 और टाइम में वो लोग मुझे बताया जी हम 25 लोग हैं, मैं रेप करूँगी, हम 25 लोग तो.
The attack was nothing short of a spineless revenge after her uncle had defied the majority Hindutva nationalists and refrained from recanting his faith.
वो मेरा बहन सिस्टर रहने के लिए वो गया था सेमिनारी. उसके बाद मेरा मामू अंकल है ना, वो मैं हिंदू नहीं हो जाऊंगी, मैं तो क्रिश्चियन हो जाऊंगी, मरने तक भी हिंदू नहीं होंगी. इसीलिए तो वो लोग मुझे क्रिश्चियन हिंदू का एग्नेस्ट में वो लोग मुझे तेरा मामू का बदला तेरे को ले जाऊंगे.
Deepti, who is among the dozens of survivors of the nightmarish attacks in the name of religion on Kandhamal's Christians, recalls her ordeal with great pain.
मेरा तो जिंदगी तो अभी तक बदली नहीं है, वो पल पल याद करती हूँ, कुछ भी बदले नहीं. इसीलिए तो इंसान तो जीना है तो जैसे भी तकलीफ से, दुख से, सुख से, वैसे में जीती हूँ.
Mobs targeted dozens of churches, prayer halls, and Christian homes, forcing tens of thousands to flee. Last year, the Vatican green-lighted the start of the beatification process towards potential sainthood for 35 of those killed in the violence, a group the church calls the Kandhamal martyrs.
उन लोग पहले चर्च घर अटक के उसके बाद उन लोग बोले नहीं, क्रिश्चियन लोग का सब घर हम लोग तोड़ देंगे, उनको मारेंगे, यहाँ पर हम लोग क्रिश्चियन लोग को नहीं रखेंगे.
There was no security in sight. They lived far away from the nearest police station. Raheli hid in the surrounding forested hills, watching as a mob chanting anti-Christian slogans came with blazing torches, the sole determination to kill.
हमारे पास कुछ नहीं था, एक कपड़ा भी नहीं था, पानी तक हम लोग नहीं ले, और खाने के छोटे छोटे बच्चे लोग थे. ऐसे बच्चे लोग को पकड़ के हम लोग जंगल में जोड़ गए.
With other survivors of the violence, she lives in a resettlement camp near Kandhamal since the 2008 violence and rarely returns to her village. Like many of the other Christians, they fear that the pro-Hindutva Bharatiya Janata Party government would make their living difficult.
अभी भी तो खतरा, अभी भी तो डर लगता है, क्योंकि पहले हम उस सीन देखे हैं ना, हमारे सामने कितना लोग को मारे हैं, हमारे सामने हमारा घर द्वार उन लोग तोड़ दिए हैं. अभी भी और सीन याद करके और सब न्यूज़ में देखते हैं तो अभी भी डर लगता है.
Right-wing Hindu groups have long accused Christians of forcibly converting Hindus. It was under this perceived notion that the attack took place. Christians vehemently deny the allegations.
वो तो पहले से बोल रहे हैं क्रिश्चियन लोग को नहीं रखेंगे, हिंदू राष्ट्र करेंगे, वो तो बोल रहा है अभी भी. तो हम अगर मोदी जीतेंगे तो हम लोग नहीं रहेंगे, वो तो मालूम है.
Not everyone is convinced about the aim of church recognition, that people had died because of their faith. Many are of the opinion that though the martyrs should be remembered and honored, but honoring the dead did nothing to address the worries of the living.
Even now it is happening. So that shows the ill feeling that we have towards the Christianity, it persists, it remains in the people. So now when the question comes, now how do you feel? We are not sure of the feeling of the people who are anti-Christians.
Critics accuse Modi's BJP of wanting to turn officially secular India into a Hindu nation, something he denies. But many Christians worry.
For Muslim community, they say if you at all remain in India, you have to be Hindu, otherwise you have to go to Pakistan. Similar things we came to know. If you want to remain in India, then you have to be Hindu. Otherwise you have to go to the Christian countries. Because apart from Hinduism, we don't entertain any other religion in India.
When Modi in January inaugurated a grand temple to the deity Ram in the northern city of Ayodhya, sparking Hindu celebrations nationwide, Digal and her neighbors stayed home. The temple was built on the site of a centuries-old mosque whose destruction by Hindu zealots in 1992 sparked sectarian riots that killed 2,000 people nationwide, most of them Muslims. 6 weeks of voting in marathon general elections begin on April 19, but few doubt the June 4 result, with the ruling Hindu nationalist Bharatiya Janata Party in power for a decade, widely tipped to win again.
If this government comes to in power, then I think the minorities will be under pressure.
The New Delhi-based United Christian Forum, a rights watchdog, recorded 731 attacks against Christians in India last year, warning of vigilante mobs comprising religious extremists. The BJP admits there is a level of threat perception, but says it is trying to change that.
In a country of 1.4 billion people, there will be certain elements in the country where because of certain historical or local issues, they must have expressed. But I think as a secular country, it is important that the law takes its own course of action when there is a level of threat perception. And I think it is important that we dispel that with more engagement. In fact, our Prime Minister has been from time to time engaging with the Christian community and the leaders to reassure them that this country is for everyone and it is not just for my majority community. I think
India has 1.4 billion people, and according to the last census, more than 2% are Christians. Believers say the religion has been present in the country for nearly 2 millennia, since the Apostle Thomas arrived in the year AD 52. Amidst the threats and violence across the country, in the name of Hindutva, the trauma of the 2008 attack haunts Kandhamal survivors who fear they could be targeted again.